We're on the Steam Cuisine train at the moment, and here with me is Eamon Seddon, the CEO of Puffing Billy. And I just want to find out a little bit about the Puffing Billy experience. Eamon, how old is the railway line?
The railway line is over 100 years old, being built in the early part of the last century. It was built originally to carry freight from this area down into Melbourne and was really built to open up this area to the early settlers. The railway continued in use until 1953, when the then state government and Victoria Rail decided that they were going to close the railway. There was a massive outburst of emotions, and as a consequence a preservation society was formed, and they started running the railway along with Victoria Railways. Now in 1973 Victoria Railways decided to get rid of the railway completely, and the society took over the railway and have been running it ever since. So in fact it is the second oldest preservation society anywhere in the world.
Wow, okay. So where do we actually go? We've just left Belgrave. Where do we stop along the way?
Well, the train, as you say, left Belgrave, which is ideally situated right next to the electric railway coming out of Melbourne. And we're going to travel 24 kilometres. We're only actually going halfway today, but the railway goes 24 kilometres all the way to Gembrook, with a number of stops along the way. Menzies Creek Station, Emerald Lake Park, which is the home of the Nobelius Nurseries, which is another story in itself, but is our primary destination for most of our visitors.
So Eamon, we're on the Steam Cuisine train. What's the food that we're going to have today?
Well, we have 3 courses. We have a cold entree, so we've got some beautiful beetroot dip, a carrot dip and a hummus dip with a local pita bread. When our main course arrives, that's a hot course, and we'll have a choice of chicken, fish or a vegetarian gnocchi. And then we'll finish it with a nice homemade tiramisu.
Oh, sounds wonderful.
All washed down with local wines, of course.
And I believe there's some other meal trains that we can go on. Devonshire teas?
Absolutely right. This is only one of 3 options that we have on the railway. You can either sit here and have a 3-course meal, or later on in the afternoon we serve a sumptuous Devonshire cream tea with beautiful thick scones, jam and cream, all served with, again, a few local wines if you wish to partake. And then most weekends we have our evening dining experience, which is again totally different. And we take you up to the famous Nobelius packing sheds, where a beautiful food is laid out for you, which is a buffet meal, and then that's followed by a suite, and then quite a late night trip going home. So 3 very different experiences for our clients to enjoy here on the train.
Fantastic. And I believe you can also just have a dinner for 2, and the kids are welcome as well.
Of course, we're a very family-orientated railway. Further up the railway, up the train, we've got a couple of hundred people having a good day out there, probably taking picnics or eating as we speak on their way to Emerald Lake, or here on our Steam Cuisine as we see the family behind us, just enjoying a pleasant afternoon out with some sumptuous food.
So speaking of experiences, you can even drive the train, and that's where Daryl is going to tell you more about that.
Alan, tell me about this driver experience where someone that's not experienced comes up here and spends the day with you. What goes on with that?
Well, with the driver's experience with Daryl, there's a driver supervising and a fireman as well, and there's other parts of the crew, a guard and a porter and stuff like that, all part of the train. But the guest driver of the day drives all day. Fantastic.
Well, this is the exciting part where I get to drive the train. So Alan, let's hit it. I've got the forward control here. Wind the steam back a bit. How far do we want it back?
That'll do. You can stop here if you like. We'll wait for the guard.
Right around, that's the handbrake. I was going to ask Alan what these were for. Now I know. They're to hold a cup of tea. And they stay eternally warm, right close to the tender.
Right, just give it a little bit of brake here, Daryl. We mustn't pick up too much speed here. A little bit more, a little... That's it.
Back a little. Wow, that was fantastic. I wanted to do that since I was a little kid. Now I've done it. So you can enjoy this experience too. Come up and have a go.